Well, there was some weird shit going on with Do the Right Thing that people were worried about.
Oh, well,
It might be an incendiary movie.
Well, there's several. David Denby.
Down the New Yorker. Yeah,
Jack
I remember
Crow,
that. Not great. Be careful. Be careful what happens in the theater when you see this movie.
Blood might be on Spike Lee's hands. This film can incite black people to riot all over the country. Crazy shit.
Yeah, that stuff has not aged well.
So they look stupid.
Yeah.
And this other guy, Joe something. What's his name?
Joe Klein.
Joe Klein.
Yeah, I remember that.
I saw that motherfucker on the cellar. We were going from New York to. I didn't say nothing. I gave him a look though.
You side-eyed him?
My head was turned both ways, like this, like that. He didn't say nothing, but he knew what that. And none of those guys ever said, "All right, Spike, I fucked up." They have never
sent you a letter.
Nothing.
Yeah, it's like how you want to admit you fucked up when you blasphemed Larry Bird, the greatest forward of all time.
Me and Larry Bird.
You should send him a letter.
Me and Larry. There was no letter. No reason for me to have a letter. We spoke like this. Well, I just say that. So yeah. I knew that I had to beat my own drum.
Yep.
And the person I've never said this before. You got a lot of firsts.
Yeah.
The person I learned from was Madonna.
Really? Oh, she was the master.
The person that Spike Lee learned how to market me, my brand, my films, was from Madonna.
She was the first one who figured all this shit out.
She had it.
She changed her look every year.
Yep.
Everything was calculated.
I was studying her. Madonna. So thank you, sister. Madonna.
Were you selling the hats? Who was selling the hats?
Me.
How many did you sell?
She's going to have it. I was selling, she's going to have it. T-shirts in front of the motherfucking theater.
How many hats you sell? Do you remember?
We sold a ton. And then
like a million?
Not a million, but people doing bootleg stuff. So
yeah. Oh, that's
But it was a phenomenon, though.
Do you feel?
And then at the end credits of Malcolm X, we show various people who gave us money to finish a film. So you see, there's a shot of Michael and Magic wearing
I remember
an X hat.
When that happened, it was game over.
Oh yeah, that was.
How much?
Did I tell you that story?
No, please do.
Well, we never got the correct budget, the appropriate budget for Malcolm X.
Seriously?
Yep. But everybody knew that. I knew it. Warner Brothers knew it. The Bond company knew it. So we always knew that doomsday would arrive, that day of reckoning where we were out of money. So we had planned the schedule. We would start in September, break for the holidays, and finish in South Africa and Egypt. And so once we came to that break, we were told that we have to cut the budget. They want us to shoot on the Jersey Shore instead of
Egypt?
Yes.
Oh no.
And it was a rough time.
Yeah, because those two locations don't look alike.
And then another thing. The first time we showed Malcolm X to Bob Daly and Terry Semmel, who ran the studio, was the day, I swear to God it's the truth, was the day on the Rodney King verdict.
Oh, no.
The same day. And that cut was 4 hours. But to their credit, Bob Daly and Terry Semmel stayed throughout the whole 4-hour screening while LA was up in flames.
Jesus.
So their assistants are coming in every half an hour with like notes and stuff, and we need to get a helicopter. I mean, they were talking here and saying, "You need a helicopter?" I mean, LA was in flames. And to their credit, I know I'm repeating myself, I gotta give them love. The co-presidents of Warner Brothers, Bob Daly and Terry Semmel, stayed throughout the 4-hour cut.
Jeez.
So they say, Spike. So later on, we knew no way in the world do we expect it to be 4 hours. We just want to see what it looks like. So then we had a 3-hour cut. And they said, Spike, we cannot release a 3-hour cut. The reason why studios don't like the longer lengths is because that means there's one less screening at the theater.
You have to do 7 o'clock.
So at the same time, we're doing Malcolm X. Warner Bros. Also has JFK.
That was like 3 hours.
You're killing my story here. My brother, slow down. So I know they're getting ready to release JFK. So I say, how long is JFK? It says like 2 hours. But they don't know I know Oliver Stone.
Yeah.
So I call Oliver. How long is JFK? Spike is 3 hours. Don't tell him that. See, directors, they look out for each other. So they didn't know that I knew Oliver. And JFK was 3 hours. I said, all right, fuck it. We'll keep it at 3 hours. So I was not going to cave. Warner Bros. Let the Bond company take over the movie, and the Bond company promptly fired everybody. All the people, editors, everybody fired. And we couldn't work. And I got paid $1 million for Malcolm X, and I put that entire salary into the movie.
Jesus.
So I didn't have any more money.
Yeah.
To put in the film anymore. So doing this film, in pre-production of the film, one of the most important books I ever read was the autobiography of Malcolm X as told to Alex Haley in junior high school. And had to restudy Malcolm. And the thing that kept coming to my mind was self-determination, self-reliance. Self-determination, self-reliance. I said, damn, that's it. I knew I could call up prominent African Americans that had money. Not through the assistant. I had their phone number. I'd call them up. But the tricky thing is this. I had my Yankee hat hand out begging. The tricky thing being that the money I was asking for could not be an investment. It could not be a tax write-off. This just had to be a gift. So I made my list. First person I called was Bill Cosby. He said, how much you need? I told him. He said, Spike, I'll send you. Put it in the mail. I said, no. So I got in the subway, ran to Bill Cosby's brownstone, rang the bell, hand me the check. I didn't even come inside because I had to get to the bank before he might change his mind.
Right.
Boom. So, Tracy Chapman.
Tracy Chapman.
Wow. Janet Jackson.
Magic was involved, right?
Yeah. OMG! My brother, let me tell the motherfucking story. You're killing it.
I didn't know you were going in order.
Yes.
All right.
Miss Winfrey. There's a woman named Peggy Cooper Cape, who's just philanthropist who just passed.
Was she Oprah at that point?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I guess she was. Okay.
Prince. So Janet. And it came down to the last two on the list, Magic and Michael. Now, every time I'm making the next call, I'm asking for money. So I only had two more people on my list. So I called Magic, Spike, what do you need? Boom. So the last call is Michael Jordan, the GOAT, born in Brooklyn, New York. Anyway, I always say that. So I know Michael's very competitive. Michael doesn't want to lose motherfucking tiddlywinks. So I just happened to let slip how much Magic wrote on this check.
And that was it.
Michael said, Magic gave how much? Boom! So Michael sealed it. I was able to hire back my production team and post-production team. And on Malcolm's birthday, May 19th, we had a press conference at the Schomburg Library in Harlem, 135th Street in Lenox, where we announced that these prominent African Americans had written checks so we could finish the film the way we wanted to, so we could finish my vision the way we wanted to make it. And the next day, Warner Brothers started funding the film again. On my mother's grave, true story. True story. So every time I see anybody, I give them. Where did I see Magic? At Sam Jackson's birthday party. I mean, that was a big birthday party.
They're buddies.
I know. I gave Magic sitting there with Cookie, lovely wife. I gave Magic a big hug. What's up, Spike? Why you hugging me? I said, yo, you wrote that check for Malcolm X. That was it. So all those prominent, Tracy Chapman, Janet Jackson, I mean, they wrote that check. And that's because I cannot cave in. Couldn't do it. And here's the thing. Malcolm X evolved as a person. A young child, Detroit Red. We needed that time to see the transformations he was going as a human being. You can't do that shit in 2 hours. I wasn't just like, I have to be David Lean, make a 3-hour motherfucking movie like Lawrence Arabia, Dr. Zhivago, Bridge in the motherfucking Kwai. Oh, motherfucking Bridge in River Kwai. Got my motherfuckers out of place. But we needed that time to tell a story.
Yeah.
It was not an ego trip. That the performance that Denzel, which is one of the greatest performances I think caught in cinema, is not going to be the same thing in that film as 2 hours. You needed 3 hours. For 3 hours, you need money to do a 3-hour movie.